Hi everyone, I wanted to share a video on my vintage box that I designed for Kim on Cricut.com. We're in a vintage box swap and I'm super excited to share this with you today. This was a paper mache box and it came with the hinges and the little handle, and I bought this at Hobby Lobby. And then I started out with the Tim Holtz Crackle paint, and it was really thick, and so I've always watered it down. Well, this time what I did was I took some of it and I watered it down and added some of his white dabber paint and to get my color. And so I just kind of played around with those, and it did crackle. I don't know if you can see that, but the paint is crackled. I just did the edges all the way around. And then for my paper, I used the Graphic45. I love Graphic45 design paper. And so I went ahead and cut my pieces to size, and then I added some sewing. And then for this piece of design paper, I went ahead and tore the edges and distressed it, and then I sprayed a glaze on top of the whole top of the box to give it that shiny look. And then for my flower work, hopefully I can get, I went ahead and used some vintage lace and then some ribbon from Really Reasonable Ribbon and some grosgrain for a rose here. And then I just used all buttons, and this is a wild orchid rose. And then I used 2 stick pins, and I used some gems, and then I airbrushed. That was another thing I did. I went ahead and I airbrushed this box with Copic markers and the airbrushing system. Anyways, I did add more gems here, the swirl flourishes. I just cut the pieces and put those there. Here's another cluster of flowers. Sorry, I'm like moving the camera all around. Let me put it back down. Okay, and so here's some more. This is a little vintage rose, some Really Reasonable Ribbon, and some vintage ribbon, and then more buttons. And I did another cluster right here, same thing, vintage ribbon and lace, and then buttons and so forth. Now for the inside, I went ahead and I've done the top, as you can see. The whole inside is lined with the Graphic45, I think it's the Romance paper pack. And then I used Really Reasonable Ribbon's pleated ribbon. I love this stuff. It's perfect for mini scrapbooks, scrapbook pages, your cards, and of course for insides of boxes and probably on the outside too. I did use some vintage lace that I distressed and some vintage ribbon on here. Actually, no, this ribbon is not vintage. Sorry, scratch that. This is Really Reasonable Ribbon. It's so close, the color, to the ribbon that's vintage, but I could tell because the vintage ribbon is a little stiffer. And then I did make a tag for Kim. Kim, I hope you like everything. And then I put in, this is a little vintage applique, and so my tag to match, and I made the flower. These are the Posy Patch die cuts from Heartfelt Creations, and I used those with some chocolate design paper, and then more vintage lace. Sorry, I can't even think this morning. It's too early. I used Really Reasonable Ribbon to make a rose, and then there's the Posy die right there, and then more buttons. And then I did make I put one of the little tags from the paper line. And this ribbon here is the vintage ribbon. You can tell. It's a single-faced sateen, and that's how I can tell. Anyways, so there's the tag. And then I threw in some yardage of the vintage laces that I've picked up. And so I just did packages of those for her. There's a ton in there too. And then I did a cluster of flowers and just wrote on the back and the front. And so those are wild orchid flowers. And then I threw in some little butterflies, and she can use those. And then some finding some buttons and stuff. And then I did make some stick pins for her. These are charms. Sorry, I didn't make stick pins. Ooh, I wanted to do that, but this box is going out today, so I won't be able to. I just made some glass beads, and there's some other ones of different little charms. I can't even think. I'm sorry. I haven't even had my coffee this morning. I wanted to get my box out. So there you have it. Kim, I hope you love your box. I really loved making it for you. And I love this paper, Graphic45. Anything Graphic45, I'm in love with. Anyways, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time. Have a nice day.